How's it, yo's? Around number 6 of the GT5 Championship, and once again here is my Hotlap as well as the setup that I've chosen for this race. If I was racing it, this is what I'd be doing. Sit back and enjoy. So we will be picking up the action coming down the back straight. You'll see just past that arrow there, white mark on the brown, a break down into third, turning back on that power. Little kiss of the curbs on both sides. You can run out, but try not go off onto the grass, as that will definitely unsettle you. Now we're waiting for the left hand side as you go off the blue stuff down into third gear. Right at the end you see in third, just get the car turned in, back on the power, don't be scared of the curbs on the outside. The car will run nicely there. Then tighten up here through turn and number 3, double apex, then ease into the left hand here as you go to the curb. You see I left it in 5th, down into 4th, back on the power nice and early. You could hear that I had accelerated way before I turned in, nice and tight up through the Starkey's bridge. Then tighten up here as you go past the arrow down into 3rd, back on the power early. I did go a little bit wide there, but I didn't panic, I kept going straight. Then the arrow again down into 3rd, back on the power, kiss the inside curb there, and you would have heard once again really early on the power. Now we want to stay as far left as we can, and then we'll see the arrows on the right hand side there as we hit that white spot. That's down into 3rd, back on the power, and I did overcook it just a little bit, so I did lose myself some time, but I crossed the line and I do a 1:15.480. Okay, so looking at the setup, what I had done is I dropped the tire pressure down. I was playing around with them, and the higher tire pressure just doesn't work on this track. They do heat up and make them extremely sticky. Looking at the suspension, I reduced the cambers all the way down to the bottom once again. Ride height is 75 in the front, and the rear I've increased it by 1 just to get a little bit more turn in on the nose, and it really helped me in the first corner, and then just get it turned in nice and early through the blind corners up at the top. In terms of the toe, that's still on the -0.01. The anti-roll bar, that's still in the middle of the range, so at 160. The rear toe angle, that's still 0.2, and then the anti-roll bar, I've increased that up 1 click just to help get the rear rotated. Let's look at the slow bump. So that I have reduced that in the front, gone to 7,900 with the slow rebound, slightly a little bit stiffer just to help get it a little bit more responsive on the front, and I've matched that up on the rear as well. Your bump transition, that's still set on 510 with the rebound transitions a little bit softer, which is now just help stabilize that car through the tricky stuff. In terms of the slow bump on the rear, that's 7,000, slow rebound 10,250, and then the bump transitions at 410, and then the rebound in the rear, that transition is -605. The gearing is still on the maximum acceleration, taken away that engine braking as well, and you can see that I am running 20 liters of laps, and that should do you okay for the full race. And then the rear differential, you can see that that has not been changed for this race. I did feel that it was quite nice and balanced, and really enjoyed it like that. Cool, so let me know how your lap works out, and I'm sure you'll be able to make up some time, just get the chicane section much neater, and I'm sure it'll all work out for you. So it is a bonus clip time coming out of Coppers down into 3rd, up onto the curb. You can see that the car is nice and stable over those curbs. I just wanted to rerun this last section just so you can see how I should be doing it, and I mentioned my white dot. You can see there's 1, 2 arrows. Right there is the white dot that you actually see as you're on the brakes. Down 3rd, there, back on the power, and you can see take a little bit of the curb on the inside. The car's nice and stable on that curb as well as on the rumble strip. Let me know how it goes. Thanks for watching, yos.